Welcome to the One Shot Effect podcast. Our
One shot
first guest
effect.
today, Hayden Ferguson, all the way from.
I'm in Georgia right now. I'm from Tennessee. You can't take the Tennessee out of me. I'm the only 10 you'll see.
Oh,
Except
love to
Felix. No,
hear
we got
that,
two
brother.
10s in the chat. We got two 10s here.
Yeah. So, what's your story, bro? Hayden,
Dude,
what is your story? You're 22 years old.
bro, it's crazy, dog. You don't even get into my story, dog. It's crazy. Crazy,
What what
crazy.
what 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 miracles have you witnessed along the way?
Miracles. Oh, okay, that's an amazing question. Whew. Let's see. Miracles. Um, you know, what was the outcast said? What was it? I can't remember. Outcast said something.
I bet he did say something. I bet he said something, bro.
Damn, damn, damn. Actually, I gotta look that up. I gotta look that
Yeah, go
up.
for it. There's no rush. That's like we got a relaxed vibe here.
Yes, sir. I want to say it right. Oh my God, what's it say right here? Because this is a main
You're
miracle.
killing my average viewer diet. What? Average viewer duration.
hmm
But I'll
No, the
entertain the
miracle.
viewers with my grapes real quick.
They're good. Full of water.
Mmm. True.
You know, you can freeze them and use them like ice and wine.
My voice is lagging. Shay, is my voice still lagging? Sauce. Okay,
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure if I've seen any miracles.
you're not sure if you've seen miracles.
Yeah.
Fair.
Maybe if Top G defeats the Matrix, the Top G's prepared, so I don't think it'd be a miracle because he's got unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability.
Hey, Shay.
Shout out.
What would define a miracle to you? Would you say?
To me,
Yeah.
a miracle is something that is completely like undescribable, like really just okay. No, I can't. I don't. I just thought of the miracle,
Okay,
and then
let's go.
I, I can't actually disclose it because then I would like partially be incriminating myself. I tell everybody this in person. Everybody I talk to in person, I tell this.
Oh my goodness. I like how
uh,
dramatic this is, bro.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely a miracle. I'll
So
just say,
first
I guess
first guest to the podcast, and you're not gonna tell us the miracle, bro.
I just like give y'all a hint that it has to do with like when I was in college, and yeah, that was a miracle that happened,
Fair.
and yeah, for sure, like yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I had some miracle in college. If I said it like on the internet, then I could get in
Maybe
trouble.
not the right place. I hear what you're saying, brother.
Yeah, I'll tell you in private.
Fair. Okay, well, yeah. What would you like to talk about? So what's your martial arts journey been like?
Yeah, I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm still a white belt, and then I've done
Same, by the way.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
It's a
white
long
belt.
journey.
Honestly, I was thinking about it, and like white belts, like got to be the best belt to be because there's like
You're
no
learning a
pressure.
lot, you know.
There's no pressure. Like you can roll like crap, and like you can always like, oh, I'm a white belt. It's like you get higher in the ranks, you got like other people coming for your
So
throat.
you're saying you're there for the excuse?
Nah, hell no. Like, no, I'm a savage white belt for sure.
Okay, okay.
I just like like higher on in the ranks, you're gonna have people like really coming for your neck, and then like really coming for your neck, and like you don't want to like tap to any like lower belts when you're gonna be a higher belt. Though like when you're a white belt, it's only up like there's it's only up from there.
That's a good way to look at it, bro. That's a good way. I mean, I feel like that's how you have to look at it to be kind of willing to be a beginner at something, right?
Hmm. Yeah, and honestly, I don't have black belt aspirations. Like,
What are your current like goals and
yeah,
probably more important things in life, right?
I want to I want to be a purple belt. No, I'm not. I've not been doing a lot of grappling training because, like Kate said, that you don't like you shouldn't grapple on the street. So I'm starting to implement more striking training, which like I
Did
train
you say
kind
you
of an
shouldn't
equal.
grapple on the street, bro?
Yeah,
Have you been like trying to just like pick fights with random people or?
like if you're in the street and you pull guard, like someone come and soccer kick you.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Okay, you're saying like certain things may seem like more effective.
Yeah, like on in a like regular like in a cage fight, grappling is actually more important than striking. Like Habib proved that. Like Habib dominated McGregor. Like even landed. Like everybody knows McGregor's a better striker, but Habib landed the biggest strike of the fight because of his grappling. And so like grappling is proven that grappling is more important in a cage fight. The only like time that like I mean I'm sure there are other times though. Like one of the few times striking prevailed was when O'Malley knocked out Sterling, and like I was shocked when that happened. Absolutely shocked when that happened. You watched that O'Malley Sterling fight?
I don't watch much fighting, to be honest. Definitely
Okay,
more of a fighter myself, you know.
yeah, good. That's a good way to be for sure.
Um, yeah. What would you say your healthiest habits are?
Healthiest habits: eating a salad a day. Uh, definitely not my sleep. I've got to work on my sleeping habits.
How bad is your sleeping habits?
Like it just differs. Like it just sucks that sleep costs time because like time's the most valuable asset, and then like sleep is so freaking important. Like to keep you from going crazy, to like keep your testosterone up, to like keep your energy
So you
levels.
know
Like
sleep's so important, but you still can't find time for it. Is that
it
what you're saying?
costs time. It's like opportunity cost because
What
like
opportunities are you taking, bro?
you
Like,
could be working instead of sleeping. You could be working out, or you
what
could
are
be
you
eating
working
healthy
on,
food.
bro?
You could be spending time with your family while you're sleeping.
This is true. This is true. What's up, Panda? This is
It's just such
true.
cost time. Like if we could somehow make a way to where sleep didn't cost time, that would be the best
So how much
invention
sleep are
ever.
you getting at the moment?
It changes every night.
Okay.
Um, we'll see. I'm actually on
But
night shift
sleep
right now.
is very important, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. You getting 8 hours every night?
I'd say so. Yeah. I
Shout
don't even
out. Shout.
believe 8 hours is the right number. I believe in like 90-minute sleep cycles. Get like 4 to 5 of those, 6 to 7.5 hours of sleep. It's a good start.
So you work in 90-minute sleep cycles?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like if you ever want to set an alarm, it's good to kind of you can do the 90-minute sleep cycles. There's this really cool website called Sleepy Time, and it kind of like helps you work out what time you should wake up. What time you should wake up, like depending if you went to sleep right now. I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's the idea that we have these 90-minute sleep cycles, and if we wake up in the middle of a sleep cycle, we wake up groggy. So this is an example of what it looks like. I need to wake up at 7 a.m. and then you click boom, and then it will say, okay, you should go to bed at 9:45 p.m. or 11:15 p.m. and you can work the other way too. And basically the idea is it's better to sleep in 90-minute increments than sleep more but then wake up in the middle of a cycle. And that's why we can maybe wake up feeling groggy and tired even if we get a lot of sleep. We kind of just getting interrupted more. Whereas obviously
Gotcha.
naturally we should be waking up when we slept enough. Obviously we use alarms because we have places to be.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of yeah.
Pretty cool app. And then sleep
Sleep,
podcasts are
sleep.
also really cool. There's this really cool guy called Joe Pera.
Hmm.
He makes his really sick sleep podcast. I'm
So
gonna
you're
link
like
this shit.
you're real into sleep like that. Like
Bro,
you track
sleep
your
be important, bro.
yeah.
For real.
It's exercise, nutrition, and sleep for sure. Like those are the three main pillars that I preach about for like health.
Exercise, nutrition, sleep. This is your boy, Hayden Ferguson. Link
Yes.
below for personal coaching. Come on now.
Appointment setting. The business. Shout out New Age Consult
New
and the
Age
business.
Consult. Shout out. Why are we
You know we're not
shouting them out?
we're not taking customers right now,
Oh, deadass.
and
$13 Thanks, Lex. Appreciate it.
it could be because I failed last year.
What do you mean
That
you failed, bro?
failure is a part of success.
I like that. Failure is a part of success. That's a good
Right?
quote.
Yeah.
Failure is a part of success. Explain that. Let's elaborate on that for the people.
Yeah, so I was like really focused on building this business, New Age Consult, which I'm still focused on building the X. That's actually where we met. And it's at new_age_consult on X. And I'm still giving out a lot of fitness advice, occasionally some mental health advice. Anyways, I had this great idea for a business to help people's health, wealth, and happiness. Yeah, health, wealth, and
Sounds
happiness.
awesome. Yeah?
Yeah. And like it was a great idea. And then we narrowed it down to our like, well, the law would probably come for me if I was giving people financial advice. So we were just going to do health and happiness. And then yeah, so we're just going to do health and happiness because they're all connected. Like health, wealth, and happiness are all connected. Like it's difficult to be happy if you're not wealthy and healthy. Like it's difficult to be healthy if you're not happy and wealthy because like to eat healthy food it costs money and like homeless people aren't that healthy. Like there's a lot that goes into it. Like, there's just like building this connection between health, wealth, and happiness.
100%. It's definitely like a pyramid going on, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
And
Exactly.
it is literally like this. This is why the rich get richer, right? The rich people can afford the healthiest food, so they live longer, so they have more time to take advantage of opportunities too, and they have more opportunities to begin with, and
Yeah.
less they're acting out of less of a desperation, right? So they can take slower on business things. But for me, I kind of separated like this, right? There's
Mhm.
times where you are depressed and it's like you should be. Your situation is shit. Situational depression. It's like if you don't have good access to good food, that should make you a bit depressed in some ways, whether it's your health is a depressed level, but it's like no, you need to sort those things out. And that's where it's a bit interesting how they want to prescribe medications so easily, but we don't want to give healthy food to people.
My God, preach, brother, preach.
But we're so
Yeah.
quick to fucking give pills, come talk to a therapist. Like that's also the
Inject,
difference, right? Like talking to someone about your problems is a different thing to solving your problems. And it's an
inject.
interesting thing.
They give out injections, dog. It gets there's levels to it, and I was trapped in the psych system. Like that's part of my story. You're asking about. I was like, you don't want to talk about my story because
Yeah.
I've been in psych wards and shit, and had a lot of forced injections. Them trying to change the way I think, and I know I think beautifully, so I don't want any meds to change the way I think.
Yeah. But I think it's important to talk about these things if you feel comfortable in just so many people are also going through it too, right? There's someone
Yeah,
who's like being admitted today, right? And it's like I've also
yeah.
been there, like but I mean, like from in my experience of like going to like I've been to a depression clinic is what they would call it. Like I was there
Okay,
with like a lot of anorexic people, like suicidal, the whole thing. But the biggest thing is you realize is you're not alone,
that's right.
and there's people who are way worse off than you, better off than you. But it's not about that. It's not a comparison thing at all.
Gosh,
But it's like, dude, we are all going through this shit together. We're all living life for the first time.
yeah. Nobody's got it figured out. Like that's what one of my professors told me was like, no matter who you're looking at, like they don't have it all figured out. Like
Yeah,
everybody has their demons and their problems and their skeletons in their closets that like seriously like everybody has those things. So it's like even the people we admire, like someone I admire is like and a lot of people admire is Andrew Tate. Though, like, as much and as like capable as he is, I'm sure there's still some things where like that just like he struggles to deal with.
And it is a character and it is a persona, but there is a lot of like positives like in it. Um,
Yeah, he's
like,
like the
and he
top
is
tier.
really trying to like. I really think he's really trying to give that positive energy to the world, and that's the thing. Like, it's something that you try to do, and you're doing it right now in this video, bro. Like, you're giving your who you are to the world.
Yes,
And
sir.
some kid's gonna watch this and be like, "Hey, I see myself in that guy in this way." And I think we all are just reflections to each other, reflecting anything that we see in someone else. We have to have inside of ourselves. Like, I truly believe that.
The life force,
Mm.
the universal life force. Yeah,
So
and about
yeah,
you're talking about the like actual reality, how it's difficult to like be happy if you're in a crappy situation. Like that is on point. That is so on
and
point.
and that's why we got to be careful with the toxic positivity that might exist in this day and age. We have these ultra millionaires just being like, "Yeah, man, never give up. Life's good," which is easy to say from that, from their perspectives. And I think people do get desensitized. Like, people do live very isolated lives from true suffering, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really like a combination. It's a combination of perception and reality. So it's like there can be like you can be in a crappy situation and like still have the perception of like, well, at least I'm not starving and like completely thirsty in Africa.
True,
Like,
true.
or
Things
you're
could always be worse. Yeah.
like you're not in like another like poor country in Africa
No, true.
and like malnourished and like struggling for water every day or walking miles for water every day. And so like that's the like part of the perception part, but it's also part of the reality. So they tie into each other. So like the reality is like you have food, you have water. And so then the perception is to be thankful about that stuff and always be grateful for that. And one of the problems is that we often neglect what we've had for like a long time. Like I remember, like I don't know if you know who Hassan Hyder is. Like he runs New Money. Shout out New Money, and he's like ultra rich, multimillionaire, like internet personality.
Say it
And he's
again.
got the
HASAN.
yeah Hassan Hyder, aka Mr. Overpaid.
Mr.
And
Overpaid. Okay.
there, don't follow him on social media because he'll sell you. He will get you a
but
new
but
money.
that's the case study right there, bro. Follow people's actions, not their words.
Yeah, and anyways, like he's got all these supercars, right? And he said like he doesn't even like care about him as much now. Like it's just become the new normal to him. And like what we have to do as like humans is to like fight that instinct to become accustomed to things. We have to forever stay grateful and thankful. And like for the new things we gain, try to not become desensitized to them. Try to like stay ever grateful for them, and that leads to a more fulfilling perspective
True.
as your reality improves.
Yeah, and gratitude is definitely an important practice and a beautiful practice. But I
Yes,
I
sir.
recently saw a study and it actually said this: to go one step beyond gratitude is to reminisce on a time that you were showered in gratitude. Can you remember a
Mhm.
time that someone was grateful for something you did? And how does that make you feel?
God, I feel like I'm in a job interview, dog. There's some good questions. I'm like, that's a great question. Let me think. All right. So, like, when someone's been grateful for me, um, honestly, I'm gonna flip that. I'll say like I'm like something I'm like just forever grateful for is like my parents
Mm,
and how supportive my parents were. Like I wasn't a kid that was spoiled with money. I was a kid that was spoiled with love and affection. Like I'm convinced I had some of the best planets, best planets. Yeah,
Freudian slip, bro. Oh, you're God.
best parents on the planet. Like I swear. And like I have to forever be grateful for them. And you know, it's difficult because like I don't know if like I do feel like I'm not as like appreciated as I should be sometimes.
Appreciated.
So yeah, that's part of the reason I flipped that though. Like I know I'm forever thankful for my
Yeah,
parents.
we
And
definitely got to get your appreciation up, brother, because you're a shining light, dude.
thank
You're
you.
worth appreciating, bro.
I'm a son, dog. I'm a star.
You're a son. You're a star. You got that golden retriever energy, dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're
It's partially.
that ever giving kind of light, but that's also when it's important to make sure your needs are kept, bro. Because if
Well,
you don't
thank you
take
for
care of you, like
noticing
that
for
light
real.
doesn't exist, right?
This little light of mine,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
make
let it
it
shine.
shine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
Yes, sir. So, what's your astrology? What's your sign?
Cancerian.
Oh,
Bro, I gotta
okay.
show you this incredible astrology app, bro. It actually will blow your mind. It's called The Pattern. And like,
Oh,
dude, every day like a message will pop up and they're so eerily accurate, bro.
my
Like,
download.
what was mine today? Like mine today was like, I don't know, embrace like spontaneity, and I like randomly met like 10 people today. Like I was walking in the forest, and
Okay, no,
dude, I met a police officer who was a fan of my videos, bro.
no way.
Dude, how mad is that? Like in the
Yeah,
forest, and then I'm walking in the
yeah,
forest, and I met like three stoners, and then like another three, four stoners, and everyone was just like sharing weed. Like,
yeah.
what a beautiful like. Met the op police, then met some stoners. Like, what a beautiful combo. And now weed's like legal, so
It's
yeah, so it's a
it's
beautiful
legal
thing,
there.
bro.
Weed's legal there.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
legalities of smoking it in the forest, that might be a different question.
Well, you got to. It makes nature. It
That's
makes nature.
that's true. That's true. It's better. Yeah, it's better than smoking inside, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you stay productive on weed?
That's a good question, huh? Yeah. How does it affect me? I would say I'm definitely quite a busy mind already. That ADHD kind of thing going on.
Productive, man. You're
Um, I'd say could stay productive, but I think
gosh.
it's just a tool like anything. It's how you use it, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
depends what your objective of using it is. The same with anything, right? Are we drinking coffee to fall asleep, or are we drinking coffee to do something?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your like substance like thoughts? What's your thoughts on different substances?
You know, Mr. Mackey said it best. Drugs are bad. I've done a little bit of experimentation and I'd say mental manipulation and
Oh, mental manipulation. Would you say that's what your actions like were, or
substances, of course.
okay,
Yeah, and you know, I think the natural ones are good.
that's
I
true.
think if it comes from Earth itself, then it has a reason to be here. And then you also got crap that's made in a lab that
With
is,
financial intentions and motivations.
yeah, and that's where it's not good. And like there's illegal stuff that's made in a lab, like LSD and a lot of illegal stuff that's made in a lab, like Molly.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
what would
stuff.
you say is the like biggest drugs that are a problem in your areas?
Oh, alcohol. People get addicted to alcohol and
That
then
is so
freak.
true. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting because weed kind of got like legalized like 3, 5 years ago, but like obviously alcohol is still the biggest King Kong drug.
Yeah, killer. Drunk drivers everywhere. And
Yeah.
I hate when people say drugs and alcohol. No, alcohol is a drug. Like, there's no question about it.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
yeah. And yeah, alcohol is definitely like a social lubricant. It's all it's fun. Like it's fun
That's
to
the
drink.
problem, right? And that's the whole thing about drugs that I think a lot of people get twisted. It's like, it is fun, it is good, but this is all in the short term. And like, that's the thing that's helped me to like never feel the need to try cocaine whatever. Is I know it would be incredible in that moment, but that is not what I'm looking for. I have had those lows. I've had those lows, right? I've been
Mm.
there, but what that makes me want is I want actual happiness. And it might be a longer journey to reach it, but
Mm.
that's what I want, and I want that sustained because I've dealt with a lot of mood swings myself, like high highs, low lows. Like
Yeah.
sobriety is already a fucking trip. You know what I'm saying? The high highs and low lows of normal life are already crazy, but the fact that like the
You know,
withdrawal
we didn't do
some
that.
drugs give
Them
to people
lows
is
hit lower.
insane.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is like whatever you're gonna do some fucking research before. Like
Amen.
like there is resources online, there's YouTube videos online. And let us be very careful with our brain chemistries.
Bruh,
And treat
for
ourselves like
real.
a science experiment fine, but we do not need to be test dummies when people have experimented with these things before and studied them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's funny you say that because like I kind of see it like see myself as like I've experimented with myself, you know, experimented with drugs and
You
like
know, but that's what the human experience is all about, right?
yes, yeah, for sure. As you were talking about like the lows and the highs, and like something I really noticed from marijuana is that like them lows hit hard after having a great time on some weed.
Cause it's
Whenever
extra dopamine, bro. Dopamine. Like it's literally called dope. It's like it is spiking your
oh,
dopamine. Like
I
there's
like
nothing else that it's doing, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it even comes after vacations. Like I don't know,
No, that's
like
definitely an interesting thing. Is like how people use travel as a form of escapism
yeah,
and
it's like get
back
back
to
from travel
reality kind of thing.
sucks. Yeah, yeah. So like it's like that with a lot of things. I just like I'm no longer like uh an active smoker like that. I was
Congrats, bro.
I was quite
Congrats.
busy in college. I'll just say
So
that.
how did you get out of that? Maybe that could be helpful to someone.
Was actually I like had some issues with like heart palpitations, and I think a lot of it came
That's gonna
from like
motivate you.
yeah, a lot of it came from like I think from the vaccine. I got the vaccine, and that's actually one of the biggest regrets of my life was getting the vaccine.
Damn.
And something happened where like I took the vaccine, and then I got this legal weed, and this legal weed I don't know if it was too strong or what the deal was. Though it like caused me to like shake, and I had heart
That's so fun.
palpitations, and kind of just medical problems got me out, like got me to stop, and then you know a lot of jobs require drug testing and stuff like that, which you know is what it is. And yeah, let's just say not some psychedelics leave your system quicker than others. So I've not done anymore. I've not been I've not been active drug user. I've been busy working. Drugs are bad, if you know what I mean.
Drugs are bad, man.
Yeah,
Addiction is a crazy thing in the world.
yeah.
People gotta be safe with their brains.
So you ever done any more like psychedelics?
I'm quite tapped into the like mushroom community in South Africa.
Yeah.
It's actually looking like it's gonna get legalized soon, which is quite big news. Which I've been meaning to
Okay.
make a video about it, but maybe this could kind of be that. Looks like mushrooms are on their way to get legalized in South Africa. How they get
Good.
legalized will be an interesting question. And I do think South Africa could be that first country because we are rebels already. And it's just like we're crazy enough of a country that we could get it legalized.
You know, that would be amazing if so. Like the benefits of it are absolutely
So
amazing.
I'm quite tapped into this incredible lady. She's about 80 now. For her 60th birthday, someone gave her mushrooms, and like since then, her whole life changed, and she converted her house into a mushroom sanctuary. She now has had over 4,000 people do mushroom journeys at her house. Like, that is magic. And
Completely.
she's like the main person trying to get it legalized. She has like a full legal team. Everyone's like volunteer basis. Like, this is a true underdog, beautiful story. And like, she's basically suing the Constitution for saying, like, it's literally mushrooms. Like, how is it? How can this be so criminal? Like, because she's been arrested twice, actually.
Hmm.
And it's
Matrix.
like an
Matrix.
80-year-old lady that's being arrested. Like, surely the police should be spending their time on other shit. And the thing is, she's saying that when the police come to her, like, they're so nice. And it's not that the police want to. It's like, obviously, they're just doing their job. But it's like, everyone knows the system is failing. So that's why she's challenging the law, which is so cool. And, like, these are
Yeah.
the people who change history. But the question is, how does it get legalized? And she was just telling me that she's heard talks of the government facilities growing mushrooms. So they know it's going to get legalized. The government's already growing mushrooms. But how will they make money off this industry? Or like, how will they pervert mushrooms? Like, she's quite worried about the pharmaceutical pills, microdose, prescription approach versus the more like holistic individual approach.
Just take an eighth and you'll be straight.
There we go, brother. There we go. You heard it from the man here first.
Take an eighth and you'll be straight.
But yeah, I think it's definitely interesting times for the world. What are your
Yeah.
predictions for the future? Any wild future predictions?
Ooh. All right. If Trump's elected, World War III. If Biden's elected, Great Depression 2. Or
All
both.
right, brother. We're gonna be safe from World War III in South Africa. You're gonna have to come through, bro.
Bro, I'm kind of scared. Like, China invades America. Like, there's a lot of guns here, so I want to invade
You
America.
know, there's
though.
12 guns for 10 people in America. But you know, your guys'
Bro.
like military is tiny compared to North Korea.
North Korea's military?
Yeah. How many people? Should we check? But it's like kind of forced there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
North Korean military size, like I think it's the biggest military in the world.
Damn.
1.3 million active, 600K in reserves. This is twice smaller than the size of South Korea's military.
I know China's got a big military.
Yeah,
Strength in
that's
numbers.
actually, yeah, I don't even know. Point is, there's some big militaries out there, and people need to chill and fucking take some mushrooms, smoke some weed, be peaceful, eat healthy.
Yeah, peace over
Jesus
war.
Christ, guys. Peace over war. Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to say here today.
I'm hoping Israel doesn't respond. Though, like, they're probably going to, just because like everybody's got freaking egos because they don't take mushrooms. And yeah,
I always
it's
put
just
it like this. A lot of people are like, oh, we should give the politicians mushrooms. And it's like, people
That'd be fun.
assuming that like the politicians don't know what they're doing. But the scary part is they do, and they do it nonetheless. We love to be like, oh my god, they're so cute, clueless. If only they could be awoken to what their actions are doing. It's like, no, they know what they're doing. And that's the scary part. And it's like people know they're doing terrible things and like people are dying and they just don't care. That's the
Well,
crazy part.
the elites get richer from war, so like
Yeah.
they don't care that millions of people die. They just like want the money that comes from it. They put money on both sides of the war.
Yeah, I think they always say it's like people start wars who never see them and other people's children are sent to wars. It's like, that's crazy, but that is the reality of it.
Yeah. So you practice martial arts. That's
Yes, sir. Jiu-jitsu. It's been a
Yeah.
beautiful journey. Like, definitely taught me a lot of brotherhood, discipline. And like, I live in South Africa, which is quite a dangerous country. So it's definitely like important. And I would say it's like important as a man and important as like someone who wants to be a father one day. Like, but just for anyone, like to have some self-defense skills. Like, it's especially important for the good guys to have these skills.
Yeah.
You know, like I want a safer world for all, you know, which I do think has people understanding how to use their bodies for self-defense and for the defense of others, right?
And honestly, I think Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one of the most, if not the most important arts, especially for women.
Mm.
For women in like heaven forbid, a rape scenario, like
Dude, a little
Brazilian
bit of martial arts skills goes so far.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu would be the best like art to know for a girl in that situation, because then she could just triangle choke them and get out of there.
True.
Simple triangle choke would get them.
True, bro. What else can I ask you? So what is your career goals or what is your career kind of journey been?
Yeah, I want 10 million for sure. I want ten
This
million
is such an
dollars.
American approach. I love it. A capitalist approach.
Yeah, money. Yeah, and I gotta, like that's the big goal. So we're trying to get to 10K a month this year, and we're far from it.
So what
Definitely
would
far.
stop you? What would stop you? Because one thing that you also gotta realize is like, it's never what you think. Like I'm a big believer that it's spiritual things that hold us back. It's like ego things. It's like I don't think I'm worthy enough. It's never like the business itself. Like obviously there's shit like you need to be doing there, but like why aren't you doing that shit? You know what I mean? Like it's fucking these stories from our childhood and like dumb shit that we just like that's these spells that are still on us. You know what I mean? That we need to get out of that old thinking, move into this thinking. But like what might that be for you?
Well, like part of it for me is like changing my goals. So like
Hmm.
that's what I've done throughout my life, is that like I've changed my goals.
That's important.
Yeah, and like so like one of my goals was to go to Duke University, which is like a prestigious university in the States.
Why?
And it was just one of my goals.
Would have been good for the ego.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
resident
I'm worthy.
Duke, like everybody knows about Duke. It's like one
Yeah,
of the
bro, I
like
went to Duke. I feel like Mike Posner went to Duke. Have you heard of him?
uh
He's like one of my favorite like singers. He's basically a pop star. He got rich and famous really young, and he realized that's not the purpose to life. What's up,
mm,
Nastasia? Welcome to the stream.
welcome, welcome. Yeah,
Welcome.
so I wanted to go to Duke, and then I ended up like going to college. Like went to the same university as my girlfriend, and like my best friend in one of my best friends in high school. We were best friends in college. We went to the same school that was a lot lesser school than Duke. It was East Tennessee State University. And the thing is, rather than going into debt and having to like completely struggle at Duke, because I can't even imagine how difficult the courses are at Duke, I went to a state school that was
Sounds like
much
a
easier.
good idea.
Yeah, I went to a state school that was much easier, and I was paid to go to school. So like I received
Damn.
scholarships. I
Congrats.
received scholarships that didn't just cover tuition, covered my housing. Like I was able to stay at, they would send me like a $6,000 check on the semesters I wasn't staying there, which was like for 3 years I was off campus. And
Wait,
yeah,
a
so that
$6,000 check. What?
yeah, I think twice a year as well. Yeah.
Dude, you
Oh,
fucking. So basically, what you're saying is you got blessed. You didn't get what you wanted, but you got blessed.
well, that's what I got for working my tail off in school. Like I
Yeah.
put the hours in school. So
Like, how did you do that? Like, if someone's listening to this and they're in school, like, what's your advice?
drop out and join the real world. So I got a
But if
diploma.
they did do the school route, like, how did you do it so well? I mean,
Um,
sure, those skills are definitely like usable to you now, right?
I did the school route with some grace. We'll just say that. And yeah, I was taking college courses when I was in high school, and I was taking courses at the community college, and then like the prestigious universities wouldn't accept the transfer credits. So then that's another thing. I went to East Tennessee State University. I already had all my like prereqs done because I'd taken the prereqs at a community college while I was in high school through like this thing called dual enrollment. And yeah, I really, really like played my position in the school system well. And it was still like I got a lot of knowledge from it. It's like, how often do you find yourself talking about isomers or like stereochemistry? Like, I learned a lot of stuff that I don't use. And like, if you look at like physical chemistry, 'cause my degree was in chemistry,
Hell yeah.
like, chemistry is like, God, there's just like this calculus and all this, and I had to drop out of the calculus-based physical chemistry because calculus-based physical chemistry is insane. Like calculus-based science, I don't even. And people do combining calculus and science. There's something else. Like my God, I'll stick to the algebra and science, not the calculus and science. And but yeah, it's like you these. I'm so happy that I withdrew from the calculus-based physical chemistry course because I just had so much more time to do other things. Like I actually had my only fight that semester, and
Oh hell yeah!
yeah,
Congrats, bro. Congrats.
amateur fight, and there was shin guards and headgear. So I don't even think it wasn't like
Still
crazy
feels
because
intense though, huh?
yeah, it's definitely different than sparring. Like that's for dang sure. Have you done a fight yet?
Yeah, I've done one.
Nice.
Yo,
Yeah, it's
it was a trip to like lose the weight for it. Super dramatic.
yeah.
I didn't tap out, but I didn't win. So like, I'll take it. But it's on to the next
It
one.
was a grappling match.
Yeah,
Okay, got you.
maybe
Yeah,
went a bit intense on the weight cuts, but it was kind of fun. And
the
I was doing a
grappling.
bit too much saunering, but I realized running's probably a bit better to lose that last minute weight.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to kill your body right before the fight either. You don't want to use your energy.
Yeah.
Like, however, you don't want to shed too much weight for your fight. Like, you still want to be semi-hydrated. You still want to you don't want to be malnourished for your fight either. So I think that's something that a lot of fighters get wrong, is that they cut too much weight.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's dramatic, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I did some time in the sauna. I went from like 200 pounds to I do bulking. I've been doing bulking and shredding seasons, and like last year I went from like 200 to like the lightweight division, and because I'd like compete and like I competed in like welterweight and lightweight, and yeah, I spent some time in the sauna during the lightweight because in the welterweight I didn't have to shed for welterweight, which was really nice. Which if you can compete at a weight without shedding, it's there's definitely a lot of benefits to that as well.
Yeah, I definitely need to lose some weight. I'm a pretty tall guy, 6'1". I'm about.
Okay.
I used to be 300 pounds. Now I'm like 100 pounds ish.
So you're naturally heavy?
Good question. Maybe some heavy bones.
You're
Yeah.
300 pounds?
Well,
That's heavy.
I was fat, bro. I was fat, bro. I
Yeah.
was American diet looking ass.
Were you like are you like a fat child?
Um, like a little bit, like as a baby, grew out of that, and then got like depressed and gained. I gained 100 pounds in 2 years, then I lost 100 pounds in 2 years. Little
Hell yeah.
mental health, little fun, little roller coaster.
Yeah. The bulking and shredding season, you know.
Yes, sir. But let me ask you. So one thing I want to do on my podcast is every episode, the previous guest will leave a question for the next guest.
Okay.
So, what question would you leave the next guest?
All right. um why should you get better every day?
Okay, well, let's have you answer that question first.
Because life is evolution. Like I like you just have to get better. Like if the human race doesn't improve enough, AI is going to replace it. Like AI will be the next dominant species if like if we don't like take it as seriously as we should. Like if we can have AI controlled drones rather than people
How
driving the drone, the AI could literally just hack the system and freaking control the drones. Like, what's stopping AI from just controlling the drones and bombing all the humans? And that, like,
so
quite frankly, computers would be a lot better at space travel and could like
true,
dominate the universe a lot better because they don't require oxygen. And
true.
like, there's no a lot of oxygen in space or water in space. So, like, if you think about who's going to be dominating the solar system, who stands a better chance at conquering Neptune? AI or humans?
So what I'm hearing is you are not thinking optimistically with AI, but you are betting on humans to rise above AI.
I think it's a fair fight right now. Though, in the long run, I think AI stands a better chance.
And quick question before I gotta go. What is a way that you are taking it seriously to get better every day?
Yeah, just doing everything I can every day. You know, from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, spending time with your family. That's one of the most important things. Like you gotta prioritize your family.
Why?
Family is the tree of life. Like your ancestors are your roots, your blood, your future bloodline, and your offspring are your leaves. Like
I love that.
it's freaking important. And then like really when you come to find out like through science that like everybody's related, and then like even the species are related.
You my
Like
American brother.
yes, sir, we are brothers. You're right. Yes,
I
we're
think we're gonna have to cut it here, but I think that's a good first episode, and we can always do another one.
yes, sir. Shout out to family. Yeah, I'd like to have Brad on here.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that was a good first episode. I feel like we just flowed.
Yes, sir.
Comment down below anyone that you could recommend as a guest. Make sure to check out Hayden Ferguson. I'll have some of his links in the description. And yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think there's a lot more to be talked about, but I think the big kind of message with this podcast is have conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was fun. Just two complete strangers getting on a podcast together, and that's the whole thing. Is people, oh no, they're podcasters. Oh no, I'm not like them. But like, let's not complicate it. A podcast is just a human to human conversation. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I put together a little bit of format. Basically, the main one being a question for the next guest. You know, nice to have some kind of continuity between the episodes, but you don't have to complicate the shit. Like,
Yeah. And so you're
let's
posting
be more
this.
social. Let's like as humans talk to more people. Let's build community. We all grow together. But I think it's I don't know, social media and shit keeps us separated or somehow.
It does both. It brings us closer together and separates us at the same time.
But the biggest thing is to put us against each other. Social media loves controversy.
Well, Meta's algorithm is garbage. That's why you should stick to X because it's got a good algorithm that makes you love
And
yourself.
the South African boy Elon Musk bought Twitter. My brother.
Best African.
Anyways, I will have to
I'm
cut.
not
We'll have
about
to
to say,
love and leave it there, brother.
he's an African American. Let's say.
That's true. That's true. All right. Thank you, Hayden, for your time. And that is the first episode of the One Shot Effect. Thank you for watching and subscribe. Keep going.
Shout out.
Woo!
Peace out.
Peace.